All right, number 5, Ole Miss, 23.5-point favorite against Wake Forest. The over-under I have for this one is 154.5 Trey Harris receiving yards. Big number. Big old number. That's what he's averaging this year. He's awesome. He is 102 yards ahead of the next closest SEC receiver, Ryan Williams, ironically enough. I thought Harris was one of the 5 best returning receivers in America entering the season. I took him in our non-quarterback Heisman draft.
That's a steal. Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying he's going to win the Heisman Trophy because if Jackson Dart keeps putting up ridiculous numbers, obviously he would be in line for something like that. But he is a phenomenal player. And I am telling you that as long as that guy is healthy, which he wasn't in the first part of last year after he got off to a blistering start in the opener, he had like 3 touchdowns in the first 4 minutes. That guy is capable of being the best receiver in college football. And I say that as someone who loves Luther Burden. I love me some T-Mac. Those guys are great. But Trey Harris, the things he is working in his favor with quarterback, with the scheme, everything at this stage of his career suggests he could be that guy. He's got 153.8 passer rating when targeted. That's darn near perfect. That is really, really good. That is pretty remarkable when you consider that he leads FBS with 7.2 yards per route run, and 12 of his 17 catches went for at least 10 yards. He has been making plays left and right. He does it with his route running. He does it after the catch. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised at all if he has a 200-yard game against Wake Forest. It will not surprise me. I don't think Wake Forest fans would be surprised because their pass defense is basura. 105th in the country against the pass. It's been an issue for them for what feels like the last several years. This should be a field day for Jackson Dart, even if he just wants to lock in on Trey Harris the whole time. Juice Wells has been good to start the season, but Trey Harris is the guy. He is that dude. The side-by-side of Jackson Dart and former Brian Harsin quarterback Hank Bachmeier, it's not going to be pretty. It's not. I think Wake Forest fans know that. I do. I think Ole Miss wins this going away. I'm going to say that they cover, and it's 42-14.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This Ole Miss season, I mean, this is a fan base that has definitely seen all the highs and lows that college football can bring. Most of the season should be pretty stress-free for Ole Miss. I think that continues here. And I think, in terms of fan bases and loyalty and the atmosphere there, like I think they deserve kind of a cupcake schedule, or cake schedule, whatever it be. So I think this is going to be one of those. You could talk about their schedule, but at the end of the day, ask South Carolina, Alabama, even LSU would agree with Nichols, right? Like, you don't have to take care of these teams. Plenty of teams have struggled with like these kind of like lower competition teams. Wake Forest was pretty good a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's not obviously their fault. So point being, I think they're going to smoke Wake Forest right there with you. 42-14 sounds about right.
Once upon a time, this would be a really intriguing matchup. We were talking about Sam Hartman against Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun. Like, shootout. This is going to be a really good back and forth game. And for whatever reason, the timing that Ole Miss has had with some of their non-conference matchups recently and with like Georgia Tech and stuff, it just has not lined up particularly well to add to their strength of schedule. And this is another one that feels like, man, that spread on the road feels like it's really telling. And I'm interested to see kind of, can this Ole Miss defense keep it up? Because the numbers that they're putting up so far, I mean, they're stupid, they're ridiculous. Obviously, they are facing much lesser competition than what they will see, even with a favorable SEC slate. But Wake Forest has still been able to put up points in years past, and is that going to continue on the road? Are you going to be able to do that consistently week in, week out? Are you going to have some of these coverage busts that Wake Forest is perfectly capable of kind of exposing with the things that they like to do in the passing game? So, yeah, look, I think your boy Pete Golding confirmed not Alabama's offensive coordinator last year. I think he continues what's been a really solid start with all of these moving pieces, all of that talent that we've talked about coming via the portal on the defensive side of the ball for Ole Miss.